Our big focus this hour after Prime Minister Narendra Modi's official visit to Russia. He's all set to visit Austria today. This will be the first prime ministerial visit to Austria after 41 years, the last being of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1983. PM Modi has called his visit to Austria as a historic one, as this visit also comes when both the countries mark 75 years of their diplomatic relations. Prime Minister Modi will be meeting with Austrian President Alexander van der Bellen and hold talks with Chancellor Karl Nehammer. Prime Minister had met the then Austrian Chancellor, who is now the Foreign Minister, Alexander Schallenberg, on October 2021 on the sidelines of COP26 in Glasgow. His visit to Austria is expected to boost bilateral ties of the two nations. Talking about bilateral ties, India-Australia Startup Bridge was launched in February this year, which aims to collaborate startups of both the countries and also provide them entry to new markets. This meeting will also be focusing on trade, infrastructure, and investments in various other sectors as well. So what can we expect from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Austrian visit? Well, that is the big question. Joining us now, a very special guest. We have with us Ambassador Katharina Wieser, Austrian Ambassador to India, live with us. Ambassador Wieser, thank you very much for being with us today on NewsX. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Ambassador, Prime Minister's visit to Austria is historic. It comes after over 40 years. How excited are you for this milestone moment, and how will this impact our bilateral ties?
So, yes, you're absolutely right. This visit comes after 41 years of a visit of an Indian Prime Minister to Austria and 40 years after a return visit by an Austrian Federal Chancellor to India. And we are very excited, as you can imagine. It's been a very long time. And I can say that over the many years, we have developed a very good and friendly sound relationship in many, many areas. But of course, what was missing was an exchange at the highest level. And so we are very pleased that it is finally taking place, or the more that it is taking place in the year when we are celebrating 75 years of bilateral relations between Austria and India.
Now, Ambassador Katharina, the Indian-Austria Startup Bridge was launched this year itself in February to foster innovation and entrepreneurship between the two countries. It's off to a promising start. I believe about 20 Indian startups have visited Vienna. What can we look forward to as far as this initiative?
Yes, the Startup Bridge has been mentioned very often in the connection with this visit. First, maybe coming back to your former question, in general, of course, we are looking at this visit of Prime Minister Modi as a starting point to a further upgrade of our bilateral relationship, the whole broad range of our bilateral relationship. It is true that business and economic cooperation is one of the very important parts of this relationship. And here the Startup Bridge has caught the attention of many viewers and listeners. As you know, it was launched when the Austrian Federal Minister of Labor and Economy visited India this February, when he came here for a whole week to travel from Bangalore to Delhi to Mumbai. And it is going to be it shows that this has been an area of our business cooperation that has found special focus in the past 2 years. There have been several startup missions, I think 5 in the past 2 years, that have been going back and forth between Austria and India. And as you rightly mentioned, the bilateral startup bridge that was launched has also led to a very substantial participation of, I think, around 30 Indian participants at the Vienna Startup Festival only in June this year. The idea is to foster innovation and cooperation in the technology sector and promote entrepreneurship in these future-oriented, innovative sectors of our business relations.
Yes, also, Austria's breathtaking scenery makes it a popular tourist spot for Indians. Also, several popular Bollywood movies have been shot there. The number of Indian students, in fact, also is rising, which are going to universities in Austria. What is being done to further enhance people-to-people ties, ma'am?
you are quite right. Austria is well known for its beautiful landscape and also beautiful cities with a lot of historical architecture. Austria is a well sought after tourist destination for many tourists. It's a very important part of our economy. Many Indian tourists also travel to Austria. We are very happy about that. And these exchanges on the tourism level also help people-to-people contacts in general. In addition to these tourism contacts, of course, we have been promoting the exchange of university cooperation, student exchange, academic exchange in general, which we also find very important. Austrian universities are open and interested in welcoming more Indian students to our universities. We know that many Indian students go to English-speaking countries to continue their studies. Of course, in Austria, we speak German. So on the one hand, it would involve also learning some of the German language, but there are also English university courses that one can follow. So Austria is open to welcome more Indian students. Maybe this is a little pitch also to emphasize on that part of our relationship.
Right. Also, talking of economic ties now, Ambassador, bilateral trade stands at $2.93 billion. Key focus is on the electronic goods sector, electrical machinery and mechanical appliances as well. Now also a lot of attention being given to clean technologies and renewables as well. Where do you see the partnership headed with regards to economic ties and also the focus now of us regarding addressing the climate change problem as well?
Well, the focus of our economic relationship is certainly future-oriented, and we are very much looking to an upgrade of our business relations to a sustainable economy and technology partnership. Austria is very well known for its high-tech industrial sector. We are also in India now and today already engaged very much in the area of industrial modernization, high-tech products and machinery, but also going more and more into sustainable sectors of the economy. So there are many Austrian companies also engaged in renewable energies, which we will try to support and upgrade in the future. Many Austrian companies also involved in smart city, intelligent traffic management systems, and this kind of engagement. But definitely with regard to the huge challenge of fighting climate change together, we need to make sure that our economies transition to a more sustainable kind of economy. And there, I think the high-tech capabilities of Austrian companies can make a difference. And that is definitely the direction we are heading into, a more sustainable, more engagement in the renewable energy sector and in sustainable technology sector.
Okay, my final question then to you. Austria's first 2 satellites were launched by ISRO from Sriharikota way back in 2013. What is the scope for further avenues of collaboration, perhaps in the space sector as well?
Well, to be honest, yes, I have heard. We actually visited ISRO together with our Minister of Labour and Economy only in February. Very, very interesting to see what incredible strides at the scientific and technological level India has made in that area. So, of course, there's interest at the scientific level. I do not think that at the moment we're planning to launch more satellites from India, but at the same time, maybe yes, I don't think so, but in the scientific research area, of course, space research and collaboration is a very interesting area of cooperation also for the future. And I think there are also some Indian companies active in the field who are part of the delegation traveling now to Vienna and participating in the business roundtable that will be held tomorrow also in the presence of the Prime Minister and the Austrian Federal Chancellor.
Right. My final question then to you, where do relations then head post this visit?
Relations, they head into the future, and I would say towards a more even more enhanced, upgraded bilateral strategic relationship. Even though we have had a very good relationship in the past, now is the moment, I think, to take off and take it to new heights. And that will be happening, I'm pretty sure, and should continue with further high-level visits, but also be, of course, focused very much towards business and economic collaboration, but also will be tightened and improved also in the area of research collaboration, university exchange in the education sector, and people-to-people contacts and cultural cooperation. So I think the whole broad gamut of our bilateral relations from now on will receive an sort of extra impetus from this visit that we are looking forward to.
All right, we certainly hope for that. Ambassador Katharina Wieser, thank you very much for joining us on NewsX with your perspective on this big story.